All right, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at Missinglettr. And Missinglettr is a really cool tool. If any of your content is based around, or any of your business is based around creating content and about having other people share that content, then you'll definitely want to check this out. It does the basic media scheduling where you can select your social profiles and be able to schedule and post to these different platforms and to do it in batch. One of the things that I think is really important in business is you got to batch tasks. Otherwise you're going to be stuck in social media and that's not going to be great. But what I like about this is it's really well designed. And there's two main components that really set this apart. And the first is drip campaigns. I'll go into my account in a little bit and show you exactly how that works. But basically what a drip campaign is, you will take any piece of content that you have, and then it will automatically help you schedule it out on a staggered basis. So you're putting out content and it will have a different title and it will have a different image. It'll do like little quote text for you. And so you can schedule that, and then you'll have more people that will see that, because depending on the day, you're going to have a different selection of people that are your followers that are going to see your content. So that's one of the things. The second thing is Curate. The Curate allows you to actually get your content in other people's audiences. And that is really cool. I'll show you how that works here in just a second. They also have metrics and everything that you share or use on the platform is already tracked with a link. So you can measure your performance and you can see if this and what you're posting is actually working. So let's jump into it right here. I'm going to go into my account. I actually haven't been in this account in the last while. You'll see the performance here in the last 30 days isn't very good, but it gives you a nice overview. Okay. So what I want to show you is first off the campaigns. So when you go to the campaigns, this is where you drip on autopilot. And I have one campaign that's active and you can see it's set to go out every 6 months. Now this is a video campaign. Arguably, I would say the best content is written content for this platform, but you could also share stuff on YouTube and people share that as well. There is a filter when you're going through and you're having other people share your content where there's a threshold of 600 words. You can still share stuff that's under 600 words, but some people might not see it. And I'll get to that in a little bit. So basically what you can do here is let's look at one of these completed campaigns. Okay. So I'll look at this one. So a 12-month campaign, and you can see 9 of 9 scheduled, and I actually got 58 clicks from this over that period of time. And so this was something where you can see 9 posts, 58 clicks, and you can see that these are basically what was sent out. So the first one was sent out here, and this was the title, Top Gaming Coins for 2022, and then the link. And it was just not a great image. I just pulled one of the images from the actual article. And then this one, I switched it up a bit, and this was actually not really on brand. So that's why some of these clicks aren't great. It will depend obviously on your engagement with your audience. But you'll see here, this one is more talking about FIFA, because that was one angle of the article. So again, you're taking a piece of content, you're finding different angles, different approaches, and then you're sharing that again multiple times. And you just set it up once and then it's done. You don't have to think about it, which is good. So let's share with a different image. This one was shared with a different image, and gaming is a huge industry. And then it actually creates these little quotes for you. So it shows up like that in the feed, so it can make it a little bit better. So that's basically how that works. Okay. And what you'll do in the campaigns is you will actually just create a new campaign. So when you go to this plus button here, it's going to ask you for the URL of the blog post, and then it's going to pull all that in for you. So the reason it's got so many drafts here is I've actually integrated it with my blog. And so it's going to pull all these different things there. So if I wanted to take this blog post, set it up on a campaign, it'll basically be like this. So I basically choose the hashtags that I'd want to use for this. It will give me some suggestions. And this is one of the drawbacks of Missinglettr. Some of these are really not great hashtags. So you do want to spend some time doing that. And then I would select the media, and I can add media, and you can add it from Unsplash, Giphy, or upload your own files. Okay. I think they'd probably have AI coming soon. And then you can also select certain quotes. So it will pull out some of these quotes from the article. And if I select any of these, so I'll take out the ones that I don't use. And if I selected one of these, it would turn it into a little quote that's like an image quote automatically, which is pretty nice. Okay. And then you can select which platforms you want to send it to. But I really want to show you the Curate, okay? Because Curate, I think, is really where this makes so much sense. And what Curate is, you can actually share other people's content, but you can also submit your own content to be shared by other people. And the cool thing about that is when they share content, and the reason they're sharing content is because they want to be able to get more shares of their own content, but it's based on the niche that they're in. If I'm talking about SEO, I'm going to share content on SEO or share content on marketing. And you'll see here, this is one of the, like I talked about, one of the statement quotes that you can edit. And this isn't a good one because it just hasn't been edited. I can tell just by reading it, but you can make it like pull out a little quote instead of using an image or a GIF or something like that. So you can discover these and you can browse these different categories, right? So let's say your topic is on sales and marketing, right? So you can look at the sales and marketing and you can see trending releases, new releases. And if you go to any of these, I could just click share. Okay. So I could set that up to share and say where I want to schedule that. And let's say that I wanted to schedule that just to Twitter. I could click schedule and then boom, that's scheduled. But you can also go here and view the source. So you can check it out and see if this is something that's not very salesy and it has good value for your audience, right? So if I like, this is a good post, then I can share this. Okay. So that's really cool. And again, when you're not just sharing your own content on social media, that's a plus for your audience. So if you select stuff that's related to your industry, that's good stuff, your audience is going to appreciate that because otherwise you're just really, it's too much on the sales side. And promote is where you can promote your own posts to this. And this is what I love because obviously you work hard to create your content and your own social media has limited reach. That's why people move into pay-per-click or AdWords. And those clicks that you get, especially if it's a targeted click, it's going to cost significant amount of money. Pay-per-click, to get a targeted click, you're paying each time you get clicks. And what I've done, even just with using this just a little bit here, is you can see that I've had 17 posts, 176 people have viewed my content. So it hasn't gone out, but they've set it up to go out with a total audience of 7.69 million potential, because these are their social media followers. So if they've queued it up to go to their Twitter and their Facebook page and their LinkedIn profile, that's all potential audience that I wouldn't reach if I just posted on my own social account. Okay. So you get that. So it's a very targeted share. You actually get the benefit also of being a recommendation from someone else because they're sharing your content. And you can see I've got 366 shares and I'm getting clicks from that. So if I was on pay-per-click and I was paying $1 or more per click, that would be $400, $500, probably more, just based on the amount of clicks. And so they do keep a quality score. They want good content and they do a good job about filtering that out. Where I'd like to see it improve is making it a bit more easy to find the right content. If you notice here, they do have the trending and the new content that's just been submitted so you can pick stuff, but it would be easier to do that. So as an example, this one here is a YouTube video, right? So it's just a YouTube video. So people are actually, you don't even need to create articles to use Missinglettr, although articles tend to do well. And so you see here, 83 queued, 25 shares, 22 clicks, and I can edit that. And so you can also get a gauge of what's not working, right? This one, the more video editing, there's just not as much of an audience for that. So if I were to go and edit this just to show you what it looks like, I basically just put in I'm allowing it to be shared on all platforms. I basically just very simple. And then the link, there's very thin written content on that. And you can change how you want this to look. You could just have an image here or quote bubble. And then I've selected some categories. And again, this is something, there's a limit, I think, of 3 categories and then 5 topics or tags that you can share with. And this is really important to dial in. And so there's a bit of trial and error about finding the right tags and the right categories so that other people who, when they set up their profile, they're like, yeah, I share stuff on digital marketing, so they can see that. So that's how that works. And then they also have the analytics. So this is let me just show you the scheduler. So you can actually schedule stuff and move this around. And this is the one that I just scheduled. And so you can see that I can move it to a different day or not share it on some of these profiles. And I can set up all these different profiles and set up content to just go out automatically, just like a normal scheduler. And then there's also the analytics tab. And as that loads, I just want to say it's pretty easy to add. Support gets back to you relatively quickly, which is good. And let's load this analytics tab. And the analytics tab here, as you can see, it will manage you can see your analytics, break it down by timeframes and that sort of thing. And you can see how the social profiles are performing, where most of your clicks are coming from. And it will show that your curate under combined clicks, how much you're getting from that. Also your drip campaigns, so you can see exactly what's working and what your audience is resonating with. They do a great job of keeping low quality content off of this platform. So that's good. There is a free plan for people, but this only allows you one social profile. So for example, if you are only building, let's say on Twitter, or you're only building on Instagram, then you could use the free platform and do that. However, I really think that the curate is worth it, right? Because you're able to reach more content. That being said, there is a deal right now on AppSumo, and I'll put the link in the description to this, where you can get Missinglettr for just $49. And as you can see, it's really good because it saves you time. You can schedule this stuff, and they got a bunch of different reviews. It's well vetted, the content on this platform. It's something that I use personally. And who is this for? This is for someone that creates content. So if you create content, either YouTube content or high quality written content, this is going to be very beneficial for you because you'll save time and you'll increase your reach. And in terms of creating free content, and that's your plan, you're not doing paid ads, this is one way you can actually extend that reach, other than just creating more and more content. It's about using it more efficiently and better. So it's something that I really recommend. I'll leave a link in the description. If you have used this yourself, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, what's your favorite feature, that type of thing. And I'll see you in the next video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a subscribe, maybe even share it on your social platform. It all helps me grow my channel, and I do really appreciate that. And if you have any questions, I will get back to you. All right, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. On the screen, you should see something else, another tool that so if you like this, check out that other video now, and I'll see you in the next video.